Hello, dear students. Good morning to all. We can start our today's history class. In the last class, we have discussed about the historians and their sources, as well as the two types of the sources, archaeological and literary sources. Okay, now we are moving to the next topic: new social and political groups. New social and political groups. Okay, during the medieval period in Indian history, there have witnessed, or in the medieval period in our India, have witnessed the many changes in the field of economic, political, cultural, and social aspect. Okay, once again, or in another words, India have witnessed some changes in different field of the country. Okay. These changes was occurred due to the presence of the outsiders, those who came to India during the medieval period, especially the travelers, scholars, philosophers, traders, merchants, sailors, etc. Okay. The one change was the different new technologies were reached in India. One of the changes was different new technological changes was reached in India, and second one, new crops began to cultivate in India. New crops were began to cultivate in India. Okay, so what are the new technologies? You can see that which are the new technologies were emerged in medieval India. Okay, only if you are given or discussing the Persian wheel for irrigation, for the irrigation purpose. The Persian farmers are constructed, or they were invented a type of wheel, so called a water cycle, the water wheel. So such a wheel was also reached in India through this difference of the Persian people. Then the second was spinning wheel for the weaving purpose. Okay, spinning wheel for the weaving aspects. Okay, for the weaving of the cloth, the Europeans discovered the spinning. That machine also reached in India during the medieval period. Then firearms for combat, firearms. That means it was using for in the time of the fighting or the war between, in the face-to-face war, they will use the firearms. And what are the changes in the crops, or which are the new crops, especially the food and beverage crops also started to cultivate in India. This also the influence of the foreign touch, okay, such as the potatoes, corn, chilies, tea and coffee, such a varieties of the food and beverage. And the beverage means drinking, okay, coffee and tea, etc. Okay, such new crops are started to cultivate in our country. Along with this technology and new crops, new ideas also, because the people, those who are comes to India during the medieval period from the different regions of the world, Chinese, Arabs, Persians, Europeans, okay, and even Africans also came to India during the medieval period. So that is why they were also bring their own ideologies and culture. So there has happened a cultural symbiosis, the exchange of the ideas for the sharing of the ideas between these two communities. Okay. Then now we are moving to the new social groups of the medieval period. There are number of social groups are emerged during the medieval time based on the Jadi concept or the caste groups. Again, among them few important are given here: Rajputs, Marathas, Sikhs, Jats, Ahoms, Kayasthas. Okay, the Rajputs, Marathas, Sikhs, Jats, Ahoms and Kayasthas are the famous social groups of the medieval period. Again, now we are going to discuss about the Rajput. The word Rajput is derived from a Sanskrit word. That word is Rajaputra, which means son of a ruler. Okay, the word is Rajaputra, which means son of a ruler. They were rulers and warriors. The Rajput are the ruling people, or they were warriors, they were soldiers. Okay, they were occupied the administration of the territory. Okay, and they were belongs to Kshatriya clan. They were belongs to Kshatriya caste or clan. They were very highly skilled in chivalry for using the horse soldier, horse riding. They were very skilled people in the chivalry. Okay. Then the another aspects of the medieval India was the due to the expansion of the population, there was happened the agricultural expansion. Okay, the farmers and peasants they were started to clear the forest, burn the forest, and to start the cultivation in the forest area. So it created the habitual problem to the forest dwellers or the Adivasi people due to the agricultural expansion into the forest. It lost the natural habitat of the forest dwellers. It brought the threat to the life settlement of the forest people. Okay. Then the most of the population were comprised as the peasants in the medieval period. The peasants are the majority in the population size. The peasants are not everywhere in the same status. There are different status or different groups. Some of the peasants were highly rich. They have occupied a large portion of the land. Some others were in a medium level or an average level. They have a small plot of land for their own. But some others are very poor. They were landless laborers. They will cultivate on the land of others or the landlords for their rent. Okay. Then the formation of the jadis or caste groups is another important identity of the medieval India. The number of castes were multiplied. The subcaste also emerged in different caste groups. Okay. Each jadis or each caste groups have their own rules and regulations. These rules and regulations were enforced by an assembly of the elder people of each caste group. They were called Jadi Panchayat. The elder people of that Jadi, they will call an assembly. Such assembly meeting will decide what is the rules, what is the regulations, what are the customs and laws of their Jadi. This assembly is known as Jadi Panchayat. Okay. So okay, now we can wind up for today's class. Okay, we can discuss other many topics on the coming class. Okay, all of you, thanks. Good morning.